lesson number 28. I'd like you to start seated on the floor. Have your right leg in front of the left. Good old Sukhasana. Close your eyes. Slowly curve forward. Obviously a progression on yesterday's lesson number 27. This lesson number 28 says, above all else, I want to see things differently. Then it says, today we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. In these practice periods, you will be making a series of definite commitments. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them, and we are still at the beginning. Feel the resistance. Feel and observe the shape with your eyes closed from the inside. We want to get to the hip rigidity. We want to get to the rigidity in the low back. Never forcefully, never with an agenda. We just touch into it. We welcome the resistance, and then the rest is up to spirit. Slowly raise up. Change the cross of your legs. And curve again. We don't care how the shape looks. The knees may be high-ish. If you have trouble getting past a tipping point, if it's hard to get past a vertical place with your torso, then you'll always sit on the bolster. You need a little elevation to get past a tipping point. We don't want to be fighting the shape ever. Slowly raise up. Good. Now, stand up. Make sure you can see. I'll pull the camera back a little bit. Okay. Now, you'll stand with your legs wide and your heels lined up on the back edge of your mat with your hands on your waist. Good. Now, all this Sukhasana work, all the seated shapes are externally rotating the hips. So we externally rotate the hips and then we curve forward over them. It's a movement that we never do if we didn't have the practice. And it's the lack of movement in the joints that we need to bring to the light. So now we're standing, and I'm going to ask you to turn your heels out and turn your thighs in. If you remember the shape we did yesterday with the strap, you turned your heel out one at a time, your leg was up on the wall, we turned it in, and that too was internal rotation of the hip. But now we're standing. In a way, we're using the floor as leverage to turn the heels out, extend the knees, firm the thighs, and turn the tailbone down toward the floor. Teeny tiny, really non-visible movements to the outer eye, but felt on the inside. Your eyes can be open, your gaze straight ahead. Above all else, I want to see differently. I want to live differently in my body. I'm gently willing to experiment with my life. Excellent. Now release the shape. Good. Put your legs up on the wall. Have your head on the bolster. That shape is a useful shape. You can do it periodically throughout your day. Anytime you get up from the yoga mat and you're feeling a little stiff in the hips or feeling the impact of these short classes we're doing, that's a shape you can come to. Legs wide, tailbone down, knees straight, long spine, looking straight ahead. It's a nice shape to have a kind of a little antidote to some of the shapes that we do in the practice. Now put the strap around the arch of your right foot. So between the heel and between the ball of the foot, heel back up on the wall, hands high. See if you can relax your foot, relax your toes, keep the knee straight with the least amount of effort, and slowly bring your heel off the wall. See if you can find this yin yang approach. A little active and a little passive down through the legs. Your arms hang, adding an impact into your leg through the strap. Now turn the heel out again, slightly. Let the whole leg come toward the midline a bit. That's it. Your leg cannot break the plane of the wall. So I'd rather you be closer to the wall than breaking the plane, bringing the leg closer to you. There you go. It's all yoga. I want to experience my hip, my walk, my gait, the way I stand, the way I move. I want to experience life differently. Above all else, above all, I want to see things differently. Lower your heel to the wall. If you need a rest on your hands, take the rest. Otherwise, go to the arch of the left foot. Keep the knee straight. And we're building a foundation for your practice. Some of you may be doing the longer practice periods with us in the 45-minute or the 1-hour Avita classes. It'd be great if you are, but I'm going to assume that you're not. So we're just building this slow foundation. Knee straight with the least amount of effort. Relax your foot and toes. Slowly bring the heel off. And feel the undoing. Feel the awkwardness and the shakiness. And work with it. Heel out, thigh in, and then let the whole leg come toward the midline a bit. Good. I want to see things differently. It's a prayer that invites Christ's vision in. And then gently lower your heel to the wall. Set the strap to the side. And then bring your hands to the bolster and use your hands to push the bolster away. Yeah. Under the bolster if doable with your hands. One or both on top if necessary. Head heavy, eyes closed. A mild reach. Opening the palms, opening the fingers. Lift the chin high and slowly turn to the left. Find the resistance in your shoulders, your elbows, your hands. Find a little resistance in the turn of your neck and head. And then rest. You can let the shape be mostly passive, even if the elbows bend a little bit. In paragraph 2, it says, you may wonder why it is important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently, as an example. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet what is by itself? And what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. Remember the line, there are no neutral thoughts. When I'm thinking or seeing from the ego, from a place of fear and separation, the mind is blank. I may think I see, but if I'm seeing from a place of fear, from a place of separate self, with a separate and personal agenda, it says I'm not really seeing at all. I want to see. I want real vision. I want to live the happy dream. And it says, when you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. Bring your head slowly through the center. Keep the throat open and the nose high. Reach a bit through the arms, spread the fingers. We reach away, but you feel within. Increase the turn a little bit. Get to know the resistance. Smile upon it, welcome it, and then rest. When you say, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw your preconceived ideas about the table and open your mind to what it is and what it is for. You are not defining it in past terms. Whoa, there's the present moment. Remember the lessons? I see only the past. We carry the past forward. If I can see the table for what it truly is, I'm not defining it in past terms. Now I'm in the present moment. Now Christ's vision can come through. It says you're asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. its beginner's mind. There's a newness to everything and every moment, and it's bright and it's light and it's joyous and it's beautiful. And bring your head back to the center. This gentle, gentle commitment. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees. Push yourself back. Roll to one side. And after rolling to one side, when you're ready, push yourself up. Find a nice, easy seat. Close your eyes. Soften into your heart. Soften into your shape. And then gently, softly open your eyes and look upon the first thing that your eyes catch. What's the first thing that comes in? Above all else, I want to see this blank differently. The idea of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answer. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as to anything else. It is not an exclusive commitment. Now, this thing, just take it in. The same way one might use a candle flame or a setting sun or a gaze out into the ocean. This, this thing that you've chosen to make the focus of your meditation, it's no different than that candle flame. It's no different than a setting sun. It's all the same. And if for a moment we can see the sameness in it, and that can be generalized to everything. Because it says in paragraph 5, you could in fact gain vision from just this one thing, from that table, for example, if you would withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope, hidden under all your ideas about its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. Now close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, and let this idea be applied to your body. Above all else, I want to see this body differently. I don't know what it is. I don't have an agenda. I just want to see my body differently, fresh and new. And as an outer expression of this inner yoga, bring your hands to your heart. Namaste.